Morning. This is White Raptor News Ministries. We're going to be closing out chapters 31 and the closing in chapter of Samuel, and another milestone reached with another chapter read. We're about 200, I'm probably about 25 or 30% of the way reading through this Bible. I've made a promise between me and the Supreme Spirit of Truth that I will read this entire Bible. This keeps anybody from saying, well, you got to read the entire Bible so you understand the context, because when I just share scriptures and stuff and I go back and forth, ministers or whoever, Christians, people that are coming across this channel and hearing stuff saying that I got to give context. Listen, everything that I do in this Bible gives context. I was taught by one of the greatest masters of this Bible, Brother Rap the News. That's where I got my name. I used to watch him sometimes with the captions on, and when he said this is Rap the News, sometimes it would say Raptor News. So that's why I made the channel White Raptor News. Now, why I chose to use white, I don't know. It just was. This is why I have a snowy owl on my platform. So anyways, we're going to close out with 1 Samuel chapter 31. Saul takes his life. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the Israelites fled before them, and many fell dead on Mount Gilboa. Remember, when a brother kills another brother, you have to score it in your mind. There's no way to get around it. The Spirit is not going to allow you to kill somebody. If you kill somebody, He may not punish you. He may not kill you. But you know what He's going to do? He's going to bring so much discord on you and so much grief, that eternal voice, that you're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to be around others. You're going to probably end up homeless. You're going to be eaten out of a trash can. You're going to be shot out, because that's the way this plane of existence works. When you are given a command not to kill, and then you kill a brother Israelite, then you are going to suffer some way or another. Believe you me, and falling by your own sword or killing yourself could be one of the things that you do. So the Philistines fled and fought against Israel. The Israelites fled before them, and many fell dead at Mount Gilboa. The Philistines were in hot pursuit of Saul and his sons, and they killed his son Jonathan, Abinadab, and Shua. The fighting grew fierce around Saul, and when the archers overtook him, they wounded him critically. Saul said to his arm-bearer, "Draw your sword and run it through, or these uncircumcised fellows will come and run me through and abuse me." But his arm-bearer was terrified and would not do it. So Saul took his own sword and fell on it. When the arm-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he too fell on his sword and died with him. So Saul and his 3 sons and his arm-bearer and all his men died together that same day. When the Israelites along the valley and those across the Jordan saw that the Israelite army had fled, and that Saul and his sons had died, they abandoned their towns and fled, and the Philistines came and occupied them. You know, as I read this, it almost runs the same with Saddam Hussein and his sons, right? Well, they didn't fall on a sword. Saddam Hussein was brought to America, and then he was sent back to Iraq under judgment before the law, and then hung by his own people. So it just I don't know. I know that they're 2 different stories, but it just I don't know why that popped in my head. Just something to share with you. Okay. When the Israelites along the valley and those across the Jordan saw that the Israelite army had fled and that Saul and his sons had died, they abandoned their towns and fled, and the Philistines came and occupied them. The next day, when the Philistines came to strip the dead, they found Saul and his 3 sons fallen on Mount Gilboa. That's what it is, Gilboa. Sorry about that. They cut off his head and stripped off his armor, and they sent messengers throughout the land of the Philistines to proclaim the news in the temple of their idols and among their people. They put his armor in the temple of the Asherahs and fastened his body to the wall of Beth-shan. When the people of Jabesh Gilead heard what the Philistines had done to Saul, all their valiant men marched through the night to Beth-shan. They took down the body of Saul and his sons from the wall of Beth-shan and went to Jabesh, where they burned them. Then they took their bones and buried them under a tamarisk tree at Jabesh, and they fasted 7 days. All praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Keep your thoughts on God, the Supreme Spirit of truth, the living one. Don't turn from the truth. Walk in the truth. Be the truth. If you are not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. And I need you to understand that. Don't be a part of the problem. The evil that dwells in this realm dwells within you. It doesn't dwell out there among others. Okay? That's their evil. And their evil dwells within them. They're the ones that have to deal with themselves. It's up to each of us to find that righteous soul that's inside of us and to put our beast to death. This is White Raptor News Ministries.